She never said a word, not a single command, not even a whisper. Yet her German shepherd knew exactly what to do. When three strangers approached Sarah Mitchell in a dark parking garage, she did not reach for her phone. She did not scream for help. She simply shifted her weight backward and held her breath. That was all Max needed. In an instant, he positioned himself between Sarah and the strangers, his body rigid, his bark echoing off concrete walls. The men turned and walked away without a word exchanged. Later, Sarah would tell reporters that she had never trained Max to respond to fear. He had learned to read her on his own. This is the hidden language between humans and dogs, a language spoken not in words, but in heartbeats, glances, and breaths. And the lessons from real-life cases like this one reveal something extraordinary about the animals sleeping at our feet. This video has touched millions of hearts around the world. If it touches yours, please take a moment to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. We would love to know where you are watching from, so drop your country in the comments below. Now, let us explore what science and real stories teach us about canine communication. Dogs have evolved alongside humans for over 15,000 years. In that time, they have developed an unparalleled ability to read our species. Studies from the Family Dog Project in Budapest have shown that dogs process human facial expressions in the same brain region that humans use to recognize faces. They do not just see us, they study us. Every micro-expression, every subtle shift in posture, every change in breathing pattern. They are constantly gathering data about our emotional state, and they respond accordingly. Consider the case of a border collie named Finn in Manchester, England. His owner, a diabetic woman named Patricia, noticed that Finn would become agitated approximately 20 minutes before her blood sugar dropped to dangerous levels. She had never trained him to detect glucose changes. She had never even heard of diabetic alert dogs, but Finn had learned to associate her subtle behavioral changes she was not even aware of, with impending medical emergency. The slight tremor in her hands, the almost imperceptible change in her scent, the way her eyes lost focus moments before a crash. Finn read what no machine detected and what Patricia herself could not feel. This phenomenon extends far beyond medical alerts. Dogs respond to commands we do not even know we are giving. Research published in the journal Animal Cognition demonstrated that dogs follow human eye gaze with remarkable precision. When owners glance at an object, their dogs track that gaze and understand it as directional information in practical terms. This means your dog is watching where you look, interpreting your visual attention as a form of silent instruction. A remarkable case from California illustrates this perfectly. A search and rescue handler named David Chen realized that his German shepherd, Kira, was finding lost hikers faster when he stopped giving verbal commands. Through careful observation, he discovered that Kira was reading his micro-movements, the slight lean of his body when he suspected a direction, the tightening of his grip on the leash when he sensed something, the almost invisible nod when Kira was on the right track. David had been communicating complex instructions through movements so subtle that he was not consciously aware of making them. Kira had been listening with her eyes the entire time. The implications for everyday dog owners are profound. Every interaction with your dog involves communication far beyond spoken commands. When you feel anxious, your heart rate increases, your breathing shallows, and stress hormones release through your skin. Your dog perceives all of it. When you feel calm and confident, your dog reads that too. This is why nervous owners often have reactive dogs and calm owners tend to have calm dogs. The dog is not misbehaving. The dog is responding to the constant stream of subtle signals there. Owner broadcasts. Real-life cases have shown how this understanding can transform relationships. A family in Texas struggled for months with their rescue dog, Bruno, who exhibited fear-based aggression towards strangers. Traditional training had limited success. Then a behavioral specialist observed the family during interactions. She noticed that whenever a stranger approached, the father would tense his shoulders, the mother would hold her breath, and both would tighten their grip on the leash. Bruno was not reading the strangers as threats. He was reading his family's fear response and reacting accordingly. When the family learned to control their own subtle signals, projecting calm confidence instead of tension, Bruno's behavior transformed within weeks. Perhaps no case demonstrates the power of subtle communication more than that of Endel, a yellow Labrador in England who became world famous for his response to his disabled owner. Alan Pardon, a Gulf War veteran with severe brain injuries, could not speak or move independently, yet Endel, Learn to respond to tiny facial expressions and minimal hand movements. A slight eye movement meant fetch the phone. A particular twitch meant open the door. Alan never gave traditional commands. Endel simply learned to read what remained of his owner's communication ability. Their bond proved that words are merely one language between humans and dogs, and often not the most important one. These lessons point to a fundamental truth about living with dogs. They are always listening, even when we are not speaking. They respond to the commands beneath our commands, the intentions behind our words, the emotions we think we are hiding. The more aware we become of our own subtle signals, the better we can communicate with our dogs, and the more we trust their ability to read us. The deeper our partnership becomes. The dog watching you right now knows things about your emotional state that you have not admitted to yourself. They sense your stress before you acknowledge it. They feel your joy before you express it. They are reading you in real time, constantly, devotedly, with an attention most humans never achieve. If this video taught you something new, please like, share, and subscribe. And the next time your dog responds to something you did not think you communicated, remember this. You probably did. You just spoke in a language only they could hear. The conversation between you and your dog never stops. It simply becomes quieter, and in that quiet, something beautiful lies.